G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome to Biker Bits Garage, where regular blokes muck around with their motorbikes and show you what we're doing. Now remember, we're not mechanics. Tonight what we've got is Pete with the T700 removing the rear shock. He wants to check out some of the bolts because he's had an issue. You'll see that, he'll explain that. Let's get into it. Take it away, Pete.
G'day guys, tonight on the T700 I'm going to be removing the rear shock and the lower suspension linkage. So let's get into it. Okay guys, I've got you underneath the T700 here, and so we're about to remove the lower linkage assembly. So I'll be doing this bolt first, then the lower shocker one, and then this one. I've got a gotcha strap back here on the swing arm, so once all these bolts come out, the swing arm will be supported. There's also a bolt just up in there. I've already loosened the nut of that bolt. Now that's the one I couldn't get to, so I have had this off once before, and I've already marked on the dog bones here, this is the right side and an arrow pointing forward to say that the dog bone fits on that way. This bolt up in here I couldn't get off because of the center stand. The center stand was stopping me getting that bolt out, so I've had to remove the center stand, and so now I'll be able to pull that bolt out and inspect it. So when I initially pulled the assembly out, this particular bolt here, well, none of the bolts had grease on them. This particular bolt, the zinc coating had already started to come off. It was just like a white powder inside there, inside the sleeve that the bolt goes through. So just due to lack of no grease. So I have greased these up before, all these three, but it's that one up in there on the frame that I couldn't get to. So that's the mission tonight. We'll pull the shock out, be able to get all those out, and I'll check the condition of that one up in there. So these two bolts, when I did previously pull them out, they were fine. Obviously no grease, but they were fine. This one, yeah, it wasn't in very good shape at all. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, I'll take this one off first. They're both 17mm spanners on each end. I've just already started loosening this one off. So nut and washer. So just taking the weight of the swing arm off. I'll just show you this bolt. Might be hard to see, but I have greased it, but you can see all that zinc coating. I'll come in closer. All that zinc coating had come off. It was just a white powder. I think we'll take off, we'll loosen this one actually first, I think. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Okay. That's a 14mm. Okay, just going to remove this linkage bolt here that attaches to the frame. This is the one I couldn't get to. I'd already loosened this nut. Take the nuts off. And there's the bolt. only just a slight hint of grease on that, but that's okay. Okay, looking at the right side of the bike, I've just taken the cover off here, and right in here, that's the nut and the bolt for the top of the rear shock. I'm just going to put a socket on that, undo that, and then the rear shock will come out. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, we're looking at the left side of the motorcycle at the moment, and I've just got the torch on the top bolt that's holding the shock in, and I just wanted to zoom in, give you guys a look that there is, that bolt is like sandwiched between two flats there on the washer, so it's pretty easy to take out. Just remove the nut on the other side, and those flats there hold the bolt in position. Okay, we'll go across the other side. Okay, we'll just remove the nut now. And the nut's fallen down, but we'll be able to retrieve that. Okay guys, just going to give this a little bit of a tap to get that bolt out. Just pull the shock out through the top. And there we have the rear shock. Job done. Hope you enjoyed that. Cheers.
Well, there you go, guys. That's how you remove a rear shock out of a T700. Bloody ripper, Pete. Good on you, mate. Now, this is really good because doing these videos, I did the Speedo on Max. I had some comments, a few of the guys saying that there was a plastic piece that I could have popped out to then be able to remove all the grease instead of spending all the time that I did to get all that grease out. I got it out, but if there's an easier way to do something, by all means, tell me, which is what is happening. Same with Pete, when the last video that he did was the removing the rear wheel, and quite a few people mentioned about not having to muck around with the alignment bolts. Like he could have just left them, removed the wheel, and then when you put it back in, you don't have to stuff around again. So working great, because obviously there's not everybody's newbies that are bloody watching this stuff. Majority, I would think, is, and they're the people that are going to get the most out of it. But we have people that just like watching us dicking around for whatever reason, that have a lot of knowledge, and they can, they jump in there and give us a bloody heads up. So to those guys, thanks heaps. Righto guys, remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.